I'm thrilled that you're joining us for our very first healing service that we're having, that we're trying out. And I think probably most of you are signed on because you need to do some healing. It's been a rough couple of years between COVID and now this war in the Ukraine, and just a lot of world politics and local politics and a lot of loss and people hurting. We're just glad you're here because we hope this experience will be a healing one, and we'll bring you together. I just want to go over the ground rules for Zoom. We are recording this, and if you don't want to be on camera, please turn off your camera. Please use the chat if you want to express yourself. And before we begin, we're going to ask everybody to put in the chat just maybe one word that says how you're feeling right now, how you're feeling about being here right now. So one word in the chat. And we'll look at the words. And I'm really pleased to introduce Cantor Sussman, who, oh, somebody said hopeful, lovely. Hopeful, thank you, Kristen. I'm very pleased to introduce Cantor Sussman, who is a graduate of Hebrew Union College in the Sacred School of Music, and she's been a spiritual leader of Temple Shirat Shalom. And the Cantor does a lot of things for people. She is a very healing person. She did serve on the board of Jewish Family Service, and she's kind enough to bring her accompanist tonight, who I will let Cantor Sussman introduce. So I'm going to turn it over to Cantor Sussman.
And we thank Michael Krentz so much for playing for us. It adds so much to the service. We're going to start with a nigun as I welcome all of you. A nigun is a song without words, and it's a way to center oneself, to try and clear one's mind and just be in the moment. So we're going to start with a nigun. If you care to, and if you can pick up the tune, please sing with me at home. Blessed are you, our eternal God, creator of the universe, who has made our bodies in wisdom, creating openings, arteries, glands, and organs, marvelous in structure, intricate in design. Should but one of them, by being blocked or opened, fail to function, it would be difficult to stand before you. Wondrous fashioner and sustainer of life, source of our health and our strength, we give you thanks and praise. Elohai Neshama, my God, the soul which you have placed within me is pure. You have created it. You have formed it. You have breathed it into me. You preserve it within me, and you will one day take it from me and restore it to me in time to come. So long as my soul is within me, I make acknowledgement before you, my God and God of all generations. Blessed are you, God, who restores my soul each day, that I might once again awaken. We are thanking God just for the gift of life. Elohai Neshama. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, to let God's will prevail in our lives. Prayer cannot bring water to parched fields or mend a broken bridge or rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, and rebuild a weakened will. I will sing Hashkivenu, which prays to God to create a shelter of peace over us, so that we feel God's presence and we feel peaceful in ourselves. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, u'shmor tzitinu uvoreinu. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, u'shmor tzitinu uvoreinu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Adonai, teacher of prayer, open your lips within me, for I cannot speak. Send me words to help me shape your praise, to bring peace and blessing to my days. Too often the world has stifled all words of blessing within me. So much has threatened to break my spirit. Out of the depths I call to you, Adonai, knowing that you bring comfort to those whose spirits are broken. In your compassion, in your boundless love, give me words of prayer, then accept them from me. May my words, your words, be sweet and whole before you, as the words of King David, sweet singer of psalms. I am so often weary, empty, and dry. In thirst I hunger, I seek comfort, even joy. Healing is both an exercise and an understanding, and yet not of the will nor of the intention. It is a wisdom and a deeper knowledge of the daily swing of life and death in all creation. There is defeat to overcome and acceptance of living to be established, and always there must be hope. Not hope of healing, but the hope which informs the coming moment and gives it reason. The hope which is each person's breath, the certainty of love and of loving. Death may live in the living and healing rise in the dying. for whom the natural end is part of the gathering and of the harvest to be expected. To know healing is to know that all life is one. O God, you have searched me and know me well. You understand all my thoughts and every word upon my tongue. Your presence surrounds me. You touch me with your hand. It exceeds my own perception. It is a wonder beyond imagining. If I say, let darkness hide me and turn the dark light into darkness, even the darkness is not dark for you. The night shines forth like day. The darkness is as light for you. We're going to continue with the prayers of the Nisim B'chol Yom, the prayers of the miracles of daily life. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, b'sani b'tzelmo. Blessed is the source of life, who has made me in the divine image. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael. Blessed is the source of life, who has led me to my Jewish heritage. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorim. Blessed is the source of life, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim. Blessed is the source of life, who opens the eyes of those who would not see. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, rokei ha'aretz hamayim. Blessed is the source of life, who established firm ground amidst the waters. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani linkol tzarki. Blessed is the source of life, who provides all for my needs. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Blessed is the source of life, who girds us with courage. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Blessed is the source of life, who brings freedom to the captive. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Blessed is the source of life, whose power lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamichi mitzadei gaver. Blessed is the source of life, who makes firm each person's steps. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten layayev koach. Blessed is the source of life, who gives strength to the weary. Eternal God, source of healing, out of my distress I call upon you. Help me to feel your presence at this difficult time. You have already sent me gifts of goodness, the skill of my physicians and counselors, the concern of others who help me, the compassion of those I love. I pray that I may be worthy of all these today and in the days to come. Help me to banish all bitterness. Let not despair overcome me. Grant me patience when the hours are heavy. Give me courage whenever there is hurt or disappointment. Keep me trustful in your love, O God. Give me strength for today and hope for tomorrow. To your loving hands I commit my spirit. When asleep and when awake, you are with me, I shall not fear. Help me, O God, in my time of need. And now Debbie Zoller, the Executive Director of Jewish Family Service, is going to give us a wonderful little story. We all know all the wonderful and meaningful things that Debbie does and that Jewish Family Service does, and we are very, very grateful to them.
Thank you, Cantor. I'm feeling very inspired, very spiritual. This is a story I've told before, but it's one of my favorite stories, and I think it's a very healing story. It's a story about a rabbi named Shlomo Carlebach. He passed away quite a few years ago, but he was kind of a dancing rabbi, and he was a folk singer, and he was quite a character. I had the opportunity to meet him, and he used to go, as many rabbis or cantors do, is they will go and they'll visit a prison, and they'll go see the prisoners in the prison, and they'll do chaplaincy and try to give them some uplift. So this Shlomo, who was a rabbi, he would visit the Jewish prisoners in the prison on a regular basis. And what he would do every time he would go in and see the prisoner, he would hug the prisoner. So one day he was on his way out, and one of the guards stopped him and he said, "I have somebody who really wants you to stop by and see them." He says, "I have a prisoner who requested you to come." So this prisoner, Shlomo says, "Okay, I'll come and see him." And the prisoner says, "Would you give me a hug? I hear you give other people hugs. I really could use a hug." And Shlomo said, "Of course, I'll give you a hug." And he embraced him. And the prisoner then said to him, "Wow." He said, "If somebody had hugged me many years ago, maybe I wouldn't have ended up in this prison." So what I'm going to ask you all to do, I've learned that this is a very good thing that's very healing, is to give yourself a hug. Because even though we're used to having hugs from other people, we can give ourselves a hug, and we can really just embrace ourselves and fold our hands together. And human touch feels good, even if it's you doing your human touch. So I encourage you all to, when you are feeling blue and you are feeling sad, hug yourself. Give yourself some physical touch, and it will make you feel better. So I will turn it back over to Cantor Sussman.
So we're going to continue with a song called Listen, and it talks about when you're feeling sad, a good thing to do is hug yourself, and another good thing to do is listen for God's presence. So listen. If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way, and listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you will hear if you listen to our God. You can Each of us came to this service from a different time and place along the journey of our lives. Some wanted to find a way to celebrate healing and to thank God for bringing us back to health and well-being. Some needed to reach out to others to form a spiritual community for much-needed human support. Some needed to ask God for help in getting safely to the other side of an ordeal. We hope each of us discovers something in this service to provide the spiritual solace and the strength that we seek, wherever we are in the process of healing and recovery. Some hearts ache with sorrow, disappointments weigh heavily upon them, and they have tasted despair. Families have been broken, loved ones lie on a bed of pain. May our presence and sympathy bring them comfort. Some hearts are embittered, they have sought answers in vain. Ideals are mocked and betrayed. Life has lost its meaning and value. May them acknowledge that we too are searching to restore their hope and give them courage to believe that not all is emptiness. Some spirits hunger, they long for friendship, they crave understanding, they yearn for warmth. May we, in our common need and striving, gain strength from one another as we share our joys, lighten each other's burdens, and pray for the welfare of our community. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we know the beauty of our own true nature. May we be healed. I ask God for health that I may do great things. I was given infirmity that I might do better things. I ask for strength that I might lead. I was given weariness that I might learn humbly to obey. I ask for riches that I might be happy. I was given poverty so that I might be wise. I ask for power that I might have the praise of people. I was given weakness that I might feel the need of God. I ask for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I might enjoy all things. I got nothing that I asked for, but everything that I hoped for, almost despite myself. My unspoken prayers were answered. I am among all people most richly blessed. And now we're going to sing the Misha Berach, and I suggest that you keep the names of your loved ones in your heart as we sing.
מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say
I will now bless you with the ancient words of Aaron the priest. We give our blessings to one another. Please think of blessings that you want to give to yourself or to others as I bless you.
Adonai, v'shmerecha. Ya'ir Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yosim lecha shalom. Shalom. Amen. Amen.
May God bless you and keep you. May the divine countenance shine upon you. May the beauty of creation be lifted towards you, and may you be filled with peace, the greatest blessing of all. And now Debbie is going to give us some closing words.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cantor Sussman, and thank you, Michael, for your beautiful accompaniment. The words that Cantor Sussman spoke were beautiful, and the words she sang were even more beautiful. And I feel very moved. I'm going to ask you now to type in the chat how you're feeling now, so we can see if people's moods have changed or not. This is the first time JFS has run a healing service. There are healing services frequently run at other JFSs across the country. So I thought it seemed like a very perfect time to start this, and we're supported by the cooperation and collaboration of the Clergy Association from Lehigh Valley, and Cantor Sussman was the first brave volunteer to facilitate this service. So thank you so much you obviously put a lot of work into it and made it very meaningful. I also want to thank my colleague, Chelsea Karp, who is sitting here, our technical expertise. Chelsea is our volunteer coordinator. She writes our grants. She does marketing. She does everything. She is a master of many talents. And tonight she's functioning here as our technical assistant. So thank you so much, Chelsea. You helped me really relax. And it was very meaningful. We do have another healing service scheduled. We're trying this as a pilot because we want to really see if there is a need in the community to have these type of experiences. So our next healing service, and we'll be putting out, of course, marketing materials about it, but will be on Friday, April 8th at noon. We're trying a different time. So it will be at noontime, and we're going to try it during the day on a Friday afternoon. And we're going to try this through June and see how we do. And we might even send you a questionnaire to see what you thought about tonight. So, and next in April, Rabbi Stephen Nathan, who is the rabbi at Lehigh University of the Hillel, he will be conducting the service. So I just want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. And
we're going to have a closing benediction to end.
Okay, wonderful.
To end our service, my heart rises and falls in time to each breath I take. Each breath brings expansion and contraction of some aspect of my life. I breathe in love and breathe out hate. I breathe in calm and breathe out stress. I breathe in acceptance and breathe out the need to judge. I breathe in patience and understanding and breathe out confusion. I breathe in joy and breathe out sadness. I breathe in compassion and breathe out anger. Each breath lightens my daily burdens and fills me with love and happiness. And we all say amen. May you have a wonderful evening. And I too want to thank Debbie and Chelsea, for this opportunity.